French Open ladies final in full swing as we speak, with Simona Halep leading American Sloane Stephens 3-0. On Friday night,
the one-time darlings are now a dynasty. The Golden State Warriors have won back-to-back NBA championships, and they have won 3 of the last 4 NBA titles.
Tim Roy, the call on 95.7 The Game. After the game, LeBron James revealed he played the final 3 games of the series with a significant right hand injury after reportedly punching a whiteboard in the Cavs locker room following their Game 1 overtime loss. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
We are Buckhorn.
Woo! Now here's something we won't really like.
Woo! This is The Big Lead with Jason McIntyre.
There are some decent storylines this weekend.
The Big Lead.
What are you talking about? Where is the focus?
With Jason McIntyre.
Don't yell at me through the radio.
That's what I thought. Shut up.
The Big Lead is now.
Do you understand?
Live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. Here's your host, Jason McIntyre.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Jason McIntyre, coming to you live from the Geico Fox Sports Radio studios. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. Just blew through the first hour so quickly, so fun, so much information, just packed. Oh boy, it's unfortunate that we only have 2 hours left. We've got 2 current NBA players joining the show to discuss where's LeBron going, and one of them is going to take some shots at Kevin Durant for going to the Warriors, and I got to tell you guys, that is so off base, totally off base. I mean, we're talking about a situation where Kevin Durant has been 1,000% justified in his decision to go to the Warriors. 1,000%. It's not even close. If Kevin Durant had stayed in Oklahoma City, you'd be looking at, oh, geez, Kevin Durant's 29, no ring, hasn't won anything, overrated. He's Charles Barkley, blah, 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 blah. So the athletes can't win. You stay and win nothing playing with Russell Westbrook, and you're subject to whatever Sam Presti in the front office does. Or you go to the Warriors, you win a lot, and they're only winning because they got Kevin Durant. They won 73 games. Like, stop it. Oh, well, Jason, Durant should have. I would have respected him if he went to the Wizards. Oh, really? You would have respected him if he was losing with the Washington Wizards? Playing with John Wall? Get out of here, people. Stop with the nonsense. Kevin Durant's decision has been 1,000% justified, and he has helped create what I believe is the greatest dynasty in modern NBA history. You want to talk about the 50 Celtics? Go right ahead. I wasn't around to see them. There's scant video of that time. There were like 10 or 11 or 12 teams in the NBA, maybe 9 some of those years. All right, there is I don't know, what do you want to go with, Rob's 33% chance that if I was around in 1951, I could have made the NBA? I mean, 33% chance. Maybe. Go to my Instagram page, look at my form when I recreated the Kevin Durant game winner in Game 3. I'm playing ball twice a week, folks. Okay, that's half in jest. However, I want to stick to the modern era. And when I say modern era, I'm going with when Larry and Magic entered the league. Because soon after that, they had the inception of the three-pointer. And they had, many more teams in the league. I think they had 26 to 28 to 30. In that range, they eventually built up to 30. And it was like, that's what I want to do when I'm comparing. So when I opened the show saying, listen, I love LeBron. I think he's the second best player ever. But when you look at the top 10 players in NBA history, modern, so we're not counting Jerry West here. We're not counting Wilt. We're not counting Russell. All of those top 10 players.
Know where to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John at gardenamerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
So true. We are here, the Garden America Radio Network, back with Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox. Hey, by the way, happy Saturday to you. We kick off the weekend 6 minutes after the hour. And to our friends on the East Coast, been up a little longer than we have. It is, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Make that 7 minutes after the hour as we keep things tight and in order. John Bagnasco is back, and I mentioned Tiger Palafox. Hope you had a good weekend. What's that?
8 minutes coming up pretty soon.
You didn't go to school just to eat your lunch, did you? Okay, it is. It's going to be one of those shows, I can tell. Anyway, welcome, Facebook listeners. Glad to have you viewing. Watching me, John, Tiger. It's going to be a fun 2 hours. Our guest is standing by, ready to go. John's going to have the quote of the week. We've got garden information. We've got pictures to share. All kinds of things going on.
All in one show.
Can you imagine that in just 2 hours?
That's a lot. I'm starting to get out of breath.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Hey, I'm looking at Facebook and Tiger, and I see that a lot of fellow travelers are joining us on Facebook this morning.
Yeah, we just got our list of we got our itinerary and our list of people going with us. So excited for that trip.
We're going to England the 1st of July.
Yep.
Going to go to the Hampton Court Flower Show. I see that Sue has joined us. I'm looking forward to seeing her and Bob.
Sue Crane has joined us on the Facebook Live broadcast. Hi, Sue.
I usually don't give out last names. It's okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I guess so. Nobody knows where they live. That's the important thing.
Okay, we won't
do that again.
No more hints. And then I see that Gail and Rochelle are there. So.
Yep.
Right. Everyone's tuned in. Boy, you're all looking good this morning. Take a look at how good people look, John. Just take a look at that. You can see everybody there. Looking good.
Are you looking in the corner over there?
I'm looking right at him.
He's looking at a picture of himself.
No, I'm not.
He's got that mirror set up.
I'm trying to clash today. Did you notice? The colors on the hat and the blue and the brown, nothing matches at all.
Excellent.
Nothing matches.
That's the way to go.
Now, if this
you
was
look like
just
my son.
You're right? Your son's too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he dresses himself.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else is going on? How was your week, Tiger? You're
awesome.
You're out and about.
Awesome week. It's starting to feel like summer now, and so that's nice because, the evenings are warm.
I think we've turned the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, school's wrapping up for the kids, and so getting into that summer mode, it's kind of nice to kind of have that summer feeling again. I don't know, as you grow in age and you leave school and you become a contribution to society by working, you kind of forget about summer breaks and that kind of concept of a holiday.
Right.
Well, when you have kids and they're back in school,
they remind you
and they're like so excited. Summer's coming, friends, camps, all this stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I'll be at work, but cool.
Hey, how about this? Here's a feeling as an adult you'll never have again. The last day of school.
Oh, I know, huh?
Before summer vacation.
Such an awesome
Do you remember
feeling.
that? And the last couple of days, the teachers would say, just sit around and chat. We're not going to do anything. And then the bell rang at noon.
Yep.
And you were like, summer.
I thought in your case it didn't make any difference because you had to go during the summer also.
One time. You know what? One time, and you hold it against me. I did go to summer school in 5th grade, but that was by choice, I believe. Unless it was a math problem. But I did go, from like 8 to noon in 5th grade. But that was it. But, yeah, summer, and you're a kid that last day of school, and it seemed forever.
Right.
3 months was a long time.
And back east, do they have the same calendar? Are they getting out right now, too?
The Gregorian calendar is the one they use.
He's on it today,
yeah,
isn't
he is. Oh, but do they get out, like, the middle part of June also? Or do they go more into, like...
Well, there's a lot of year-round schools, too, now.
Yeah. It was usually the first week of June that you'd get out and then go back right
I don't
after
know if they have
day
those
after
long
Labor
breaks
Day.
Now, see, we
winter.
got out middle of June and went back in the middle of September. That's different now. Some kids are out in May, and they go back in August.
Yeah, those year-round schools and things like that.
Would you like
breaks.
year-round school? I think
I went to a year-round school.
So what is it, 8 weeks on, 3 weeks off?
I don't know. I was a kid.
You went to year-round?
Yeah, we had tracks. So
wow.
The school was always being used. It's one of those things. They were trying to maximize the school usage.
Sure.
I
always
remember
having
that, the different tracks.
Classes.
I remember because parents would have their children on different tracks.
Oh, that'd be annoying.
So one would be off and the other one would be
Yeah, that's
miserable.
not real smart.
That wasn't good.
Way to hit the family where it hurts.
You got to go and drop off your brother at school every day, and you're like,
California,
later,
we do year-round gardening.
That's right. You know what we
back
do?
east it was seasonal, but here it's year-round.
And it is hot. This has been a hot week. Came home last night, gave the old patio plants a shower. I put it on cone.
I'm noticing how quickly container plants are drying out.
Yeah.
They are drying out quickly.
Because I used to be able to go maybe slip into 3 days without watering the roses I have in 1-gallon containers, and now I have to hit them every day.
You know why? It's your soil. Get better soil that absorbs and holds the moisture longer.
The soil is really good.
To water more.
You need additives. How about some dirt? Ever since you told me about how important soil was, my patio garden is thriving.
Yeah, that was the week you learned all plants are not air plants.
Yeah. That whole oxygen thing and the bacteria underneath, the good bacteria.
There you go.
And why rainwater is so important and better because every drop has oxygen in it.
And a high ceiling. Did you look at the picture that Bryan sent us this week of his Dracaena inside of his house? He said, "This is my biggest house plant. It's a Dracaena, and it's going up in the ceiling. I think it's starting to curve over and bend downwards.
I have to cut the top.
You can't cut the top of the Dracaena.
I do.
You have to cut your roof.
I cut the leaves off. I was telling John, I bought that in 2008. It was about half the size. I put some good soil in it. I mended it. I've done nothing to it since then.
That's 10 years old?
Yes, I've done nothing to it since then. I barely remember to water it every now and then. And I told Dana, this plant has no business living.
Yeah.
It got rocks on it. I'm sure the dirt's compacted. It takes a long time for the water to drain. It's every reason not to live.
I was gonna say that's like what Dracaenas hate. Like when they grow them in lava rock where it's just pure drainage kind of a thing, and because their roots like to be dried out, or so to speak, not sitting in water, they'll rot out. So that's funny.
It is funny.
You have tried to kill it then.
I have tried to kill
survives.
it. Not only that, the ficus that we always talk about outside our front door, which is going to eventually lift the foundation. I stopped watering that a year or two ago. I said, you know what? I'm not going to pay any attention to you. Thing's doing better than ever. Keeps growing. Yep. And the association doesn't want to take it out. They're thinking about how to do this. If they do take it out, they're going to try to transplant it. And I said, I don't think it'll live.
Got a message on Facebook that in Neyland, California.
Love Neyland.
Up in Northern California, Kathy says it's raining up there.
Ooh.
I wonder if it's going to come this way.
I don't think so. I haven't heard.
Is it one of those like warm rains, or is it chilly up there now?
Neyland's getting up there.
Neyland.
Yeah. Hey, also, I noticed that our guest for today, Stephanie Coker from Heirloom Roses, has joined us on Facebook, so she'll be ready to go pretty soon. But I was thinking before we go to our guest and the quote of the day that maybe we could take this question from Linda, because it sounds pretty important.
That's right. We didn't talk about your questions and comments this morning, so get those to us.
And there's many ways to get them to us, right, Bryan?
Facebook Live, john@gardenamerica.com, or 855-424-9825.
There you go. Well, Linda says, good morning. My question today is about Bayer tree and shrub. My hubby dumped about a cup into a half barrel containing a lot of herbs, oregano, chives, tarragon, and thyme. Are they now inedible? Should I take them out and start over?
I'm going to say no. What do you think?
Well, her husband should not have done that.
And you're going to say yes.
I don't know if they would be inedible because the chemical in there is imidacloprid. And Bayer does make a plant for fruits, or make a product for fruits and vegetables that has the same chemical in it, but the dilution rates are going to be different. So, Linda, I'm not sure how your husband added that cup. If it was a cup that was mixed with water in a gallon and stuff, maybe okay. My recommendation, if I had done that and I had taken a cup and mixed it into water, I would ask somebody to reprimand me. But rather than rip everything out and starting over, I would probably wait about a month before I used anything that was in there. And, some of those herbs you're clipping off the old leaves anyway. And I think you'd be okay. I mean, if you want to be totally safe, go ahead and rip it all out and start over.
Right.
But I think you would be all right just to wait about a month.
Hey, John, funny you say that because it is break time now. First break of the morning here on Garden America. We're going to come back with our guest, Stephanie. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook Live. Questions, comments, keep those coming. John at GardenAmerica.com, Facebook Live, right here Saturday morning with Garden America.
Battling bugs inside and out? Then it's time to get more from Bayer Advanced and Lowe's Home Improvement stores. Now you can buy Bayer Advanced Complete Brand Insect Killer for soil and turf and get a free bottle of Bayer Advanced Home Pest Plus Germ Killer, a $9 value. Complete works outside on your lawn, eliminating surface insects, including mosquitoes, in 24 hours and soil insects for up to 3 months. While Home Pest Plus Germ Killer handles the bugs inside your home. Lowe's and Bayer Advanced. Get more from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label instructions.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to fertilome.com for more information.
There's no question you need omega-3s. But which form should you take? Fish oil or krill oil? Scientists have debated this for years. Luckily, there's a new solution to satisfy everyone. It's called Krill Omega 50 Plus. It combines ultra-pure fish oil and joint-soothing krill oil together in just one tiny pill. It's so powerful, it can promote the health of your heart and your arteries. And if that wasn't enough, it can also boost your joint comfort in just days. We're so sure Krill Omega 50 Plus will work for you. We'll even send you a free bottle to put to the test. The debate is over. It's not fish oil or krill oil. It's both. And now it's free. Just pay $4.95 for shipping and claim your free bottle. Call now.
800-834-4690. 800-834-4690. That's 800-834-4690.
If you're suffering from hearing loss, stay tuned for a special offer from the makers of Listen Clear, a revolutionary hearing aid breakthrough designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. Right now, you can try Listen Clear hearing aids absolutely free for 45 days. You can also qualify for free shipping and free batteries for life. Listen Clear hearing aids are so lightweight and comfortable, you can wear them all day long. They're practically invisible, too, so others won't even notice you're wearing them. And the best part is, you'll be able to hear almost everything, everywhere. So do something about your hearing loss. Call Listen Clear now to get started with your 45-day risk-free hearing aid trial. This special offer won't be available for long, so call Listen Clear now.
800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. 800-716-4650. We're here 24 hours a day to help. That's 800-716-4650.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Yes, indeed. Right back here on Garden America. Happy Saturday, happy weekend to you. Having a good time. It is 21 minutes after the hour. We want to thank you for tuning in, watching us live on Facebook, streaming Biz Talk Radio here in San Diego on AM 1240. And, of course, this afternoon, the replay of each and every Saturday show starting at 2 p.m. That is K-Bright, our good friends up in Los Angeles. And let's see, I think I covered everything. John at gardenamerica.com. Stephanie standing by. We've got another quote, though. Quote of the week, which is rather long, but a good one, John.
It's not that long, Brian. The quote is, "What is one to say about June? The time of that perfect young summer, the fulfillment of the promise of earlier months, and with as yet no sign to remind one that its fresh young beauty will ever fade."
Was that from Lil Wayne?
That was from Gertrude Jekyll.
Oh, we talked. Okay, here's the Heckle and Jekyll story, right? Or the not Heckle and Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Heckle and Jekyll.
There's a tie in there. I don't think Tiger knows that story.
Well, Jekyll,
right,
is the way Gertrude pronounces her last name, right. And her brother was a friend of Robert Louis Stevenson,
who wrote
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Stevenson had asked her brother, "Is it all right if I name one of my characters after you?"
That's interesting.
So
I like
that's where that came from.
Why did I say Heckle and Jekyll? Did you ever watch Heckle and Jekyll, Tiger?
Don't know what Heckle and Jekyll is.
They're magpies.
They're two magpies.
What's a magpie?
Magpie's like a crow. It's in that same family, right, John? Like a crow or a raven. Raven crows. Yeah. Magpies are kind of all the same.
Where do they have magpies at?
Europe.
Is it a crow, but just in Europe? Like
similar. You know, I also thought of yesterday for the first. Oh, sorry to ignore you, Tiger.
He just completely cut me off.
He is showing an interest in Heckle and Jekyll. How dare you?
Yes. Well, the only reason I brought it up is because, and Tiger knows, I hope he knows I'm not being rude, but, you know, at my age, when you have a thought, if you don't
get it out right
then, it's gone.
It goes away.
And I was just going to mention to you, since you brought up cartoon characters, that for the first time in a long time yesterday, I thought of Rock Bottom.
Oh, Rock Bottom was with Felix the Cat.
Yeah.
Rock Bottom.
That's right.
You know Felix the Cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. And Rock Bottom was
the professor. Was he professor?
He worked with the professor.
Right.
He was like the stooge for the professor.
So remember, you can come here for all your cartoon trivia as well as garden information. I'm going to toss it to Tiger because we got to get our guest on.
Because something that's not trivial is our next guest.
Absolutely, and that's a great segue.
They also have a fun game. The Heirloom Roses trivia game, kind of a thing.
They
game.
do.
Remember that?
The match game with roses.
Play that.
Your daughter beat you at that.
Not my daughter, my granddaughter.
Your granddaughter.
But this morning, joining us from Heirloom Roses is Stephanie Coker, and we're going to be talking about a exciting rose that they put out. I know we're a little bit late on Memorial Day, but we thought this was an important rose to cover, and with some good meaning behind it and good people behind it. Stephanie, good morning. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Good morning, guys.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Stephanie. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stephanie, real quick, give us a brief introduction on Heirloom Roses and what you do with Heirloom Roses.
You bet. Well, we are Heirloom Roses in St. Paul, Oregon, and we grow around 1,200 varieties of own root roses, everything on its own root, no grafted roses whatsoever. And you can find us on heirloomroses.com. I oversee all of the customer experience, so I oversee sales, customer service, and marketing. And I have been fortunate enough to be the project lead on this Because She Served project.
And Because She Served, tell us about that rose specifically. I just posted a link for people that are following us on Facebook Live to the site where they have it on Heirloom Roses that tells a little story about it. But it's a beautiful red rose that you guys developed. And why did you call it Because She Served?
Well, back in the 1980s, the Women Veteran Marines in Oregon had a rose that they designated for their chapter. And they purchased a sweet little red grafted rose, and 2 years later it turned yellow on them, and they were very disappointed. And then they had a really hard winter. They lost it, and they thought it was gone forever. So they approached me this year, and they really wanted to resurrect the rose for their chapter because this is the 100th year anniversary of women in the service. And as we started talking, we recognized that this is not just about women Marines. This is about all women that have served. And whether you serve in, armed forces or in government office or in civil service, there really needs to be a tribute and a recognition for these women. So we decided that we wanted to really make this a rose for all women, and the words "Because She Served" were absolutely so fitting that it couldn't possibly happen at the same.
And so it's kind of a great story. This wasn't just a rose that was developed because of the color or the fragrance or the style of what it was to match this tribute. It's actually the rose itself has a lot of history and a story behind it, kind of overcoming all odds on
obstacles
being completely tossed at one point in time, coming back, and now bringing it back at this point in time at this milestone of 100 years of women in the military. That's an exciting thing, and that's a great story behind the rose. The rose itself, what kind of rose is it, and how does it grow?
Yeah, it's a beautiful hybrid tea. It has 4.5-inch blooms, absolute exceptional fragrance. And what's great about it is it is continual blooming. It's safe in zones 5 through 10. So very versatile, does well in a pot as well as in the ground. And what's really great about this rose is it is very meaningful. And every time it blooms, it feels like it's saying thank you. And we have produced a video to go along with this, in which we interviewed 4 or 5 different service women. And I tell you, they are so incredibly honored to have something recognizing their efforts and their sacrifice. And it's just very touching. So if you don't mind, I would love to share that link on your page as well for people to see the video at a later time.
Yeah, please do, because, I was just going to ask you about where that was so I can share it with people.
Yeah, there you go. I just posted it live for you. So the rose itself is exceptionally fragrant, hybrid tea, 4.5-inch blooms, just absolutely stunning.
And this rose, I know it's available right now from you guys at heirloomroses.com. Obviously, you guys could ship this to anyone for a gift or anything like that, correct?
Absolutely. Shipped anywhere in the United States, as long as there's a U.S. address. There are limited quantities on this rose because it is a new release, so I would suggest that if people are interested in it, to get their hands on it. It makes a beautiful gift. It's great for a mother to give to a daughter to give to a mother, or just somebody that has served. And then in addition to the rose, we offer a very special tribute round stake that you can have engraved with this rose. And you can have the name of the rose, the name of the person that you're honoring, their rank, and their military affiliation. It's a beautiful, large-sized round stake, powder-coated aluminum that will stay with the rose.
Hey, Stephanie, we're going to have to take a break right now, so when we get back, we'll make sure to say that information one more time.
Absolutely.
And when we get back, we'll talk a little bit more about roses.
Yep, stay with us, Stephanie, more Rose Talk. And for those of you listening, John at GardenAmerica.com. Questions, comments right there on Facebook Live.
Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic automower is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
Do you want to take the great shows of Biz Talk Radio wherever you go? Well, now you can with the new Biz Talk Radio app for iPhone and Android devices. Now, all the great shows of Biz Talk Radio are with you wherever you go, just an arm's reach away on your smartphone. Download today at the App Store or the Google Play Store and get the brand new Biz Talk Radio app. It's Biz for you wherever you go with the new Biz Talk Radio app.
If your credit card bills have gotten out of hand, call Consolidated Credit now. If you're making the minimum payments, but your balance is just not going down, call Consolidated Credit now. If the interest rates on your credit cards are so high, it will take years to get out of debt, call Consolidated Credit now. They've helped over 5 million people. They can consolidate your debts into one lower payment, reduce your interest rates, and get you out of debt fast. If you're struggling with credit card debt, call Consolidated Credit now.
Call now, 800-350-3241. That's 800-350-3241. 800-350-3241.
Consolidated Credit Counseling Services Incorporated, 5701 West Sunrise Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33313. Not a loan company licensed by the New York Department of Financial Services and by the Vermont Department of Financial Regulation. Maryland DM 19, Oregon DM 80031. Licensed by Virginia State Corporation. Commission license number DC 32. Establishment of a plan may adversely affect the individual's credit rating or credit scores. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase financial charges or collections activity, including litigation.
Due to an upturn in the economy, Main Street Business Loans has pre-approved the release of millions of dollars in small business funding. Your business may already be pre-approved to receive up to $250,000. We've sent out millions of pre-approval letters. We see the economy growing, and our underwriters believe now is the time to invest in your business so you can grow faster and make more money. And we're prepared to give you up to $250,000 to do it. Your funds can be available in 5 days. There are no application fees, no annual fees, just quick access to up to $250,000. If your business did not receive your approval letter to get up to $250,000, call Main Street Business Loans Approval Desk now.
800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. 800-430-7570. That's 800-430-7570.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 immediately. That's 800-557-6095. Page Publishing is looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to them and give you their feedback. If they like what they read, they'll get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. They handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, then you need to call Page Publishing and do it immediately. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. Again, for your free author submission kit, call 800-557-6095. That's 800-557-6095. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call. Call Page Publishing at 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
It is Garden America. Thank you so much as we broadcast from the Palatial Studios here, San Diego, California, iHeartMedia, iHeartRadio. Hopefully you did download the app or click the link in the newsletter to listen to our podcast, which we'll talk about later on in the show. But right now, Tiger, we're talking roses back with Stephanie.
Yeah, we're talking about as she now, can you clarify, Stephanie, does the rose you purchase it come with that tag stake? Or is that something that's an add-on purchase?
That's an add-on.
It's an add-on purchase. But what you can do is you can purchase it, and then you had said you can put it, an inscription on it on, maybe the woman's name and where she served and rank, or in memory of, and things like that. That's a wonderful. And again, what I'd mentioned too is that this is a great gift for someone, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's also a great memorial. If unfortunately somebody has been lost, this is a great way to memorialize them.
And so, Stephanie, a little bit on some of just the general rose topic. Heirloom Roses, John was informing me, is helping sponsor an auction coming up in October.
Well, actually, they're the co-sponsor of the National Convention of the American Rose Society this October, which is going to be held in San Diego. And in conjunction with that is going to be the 18th annual Save the Roses auction, of which Heirloom has kindly donated 60 roses. And I'm going to put Stephanie on the spot on air and ask if she can make it 61. now that I because she served.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. We will make sure you get your hands on one.
Thanks so much.
That's wonderful.
Stephanie.
Now, John, with all those roses, does that mean that we'll be auctioning off even more roses this year? Or are we going to split those up between the silent auction and the live auction?
The same as every year, right?
Okay.
But there'll be about 200, between 250 and 300 roses available. And the auction is open to the public. And for listeners who can't make it to San Diego, we do ship roses all over the country.
And you can bid online, doesn't matter where you are.
That's right.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can get your bids in ahead of time. And if you happen to be in a cold climate, because the auction is in October, the California Coastal Rose Society will be happy to hold your roses and ship those to you the following spring.
That's excellent. Where do you get that kind of service? Nowhere, I tell you, nowhere.
You don't. And it's so nice to be able to partner with Heirloom Roses.
Yes.
And Stephanie, Heirloom Roses has gone, in the last few years, has gone through a huge change compared to the type of roses they used to ship. Because when it was owned by John and Louise Clements, and by the way, John Clements was a great rose breeder, and a lot of the roses Heirloom has are roses that he bred. But they used to ship what's called a band, a little 2-inch square pot, and they were, I always thought they were good roses, but you would have to take them, and then when you got them to your house, put them in a gallon, let them grow bigger, and then eventually put them in the ground. And I have to say, Stephanie, now the quality of the roses you send is unbelievable, because they're 1-gallon pots, and they're huge. Usually they're in bud and bloom, ready to go in the ground immediately.
Now, yeah, and that's what I was going to just ask her. Are you guys wrapping up some of your shipping at this point in time? Or are you guys in full force when it comes to shipping roses for people?
Oh no, we are absolutely in peak season, and really, because we ship all year long to anywhere in the U.S., it doesn't necessarily slow down a lot. We stay very busy all year long, and because we offer free shipping over $50, our customers like to take advantage of that. Have it shipped straight to the door, ready to go right in the ground, as John said, in that gallon pot. It's definitely a great thing to be able to get roses out to people anytime they want them.
I feel like, and then since they do ship, like John is mentioning, such wonderful plants. I mean, this is a great gift. If you ever to just send anyone flowers, this is a great alternative to that, because these roses are ranging between, $30 and $38. And I mean, when you think about when you buy a bouquet of flowers and you send them to someone,
right? How much is that?
It's like $50 to $60,
and they're gone in a week.
And because she served, there's Double Delight, Golden Celebration. There's all kinds of wonderful roses that have meaning and color and fragrance to them that are going to keep going and going and going. Is there any roses out there right now that you're seeing happening with the trend as far as people buying at this moment in time?
Everybody loves David Austin roses, so we do sell a nice variety of David Austin. But, there are definitely color trends, especially with seasonality as people go into wedding season. We see a lot of purple and a lot of lavender at this time of year. It is very much personal preference. And because our roses are backed by a 1-year warranty, you really can't go wrong with any of it.
Yeah, that's a great warranty. I mean, usually anybody shipping plants isn't going to guarantee their plants because they never know what's going to happen, but that's an awesome thing to offer, and you feel safe in ordering that as well.
Tiger, also, she mentioned that they grow only own root roses, and especially for people in colder climates where the roses freeze in the winter, if you have the rose freezes down to the bud or the graft,
yeah, that's awesome.
Not always guaranteed, but many, many times.
Is there anything you want to mention? Is there anything you want to mention on anything else that you guys have coming up at Heirloom Roses, Stephanie?
I would just say stay close to our website. I'm introducing new roses all the time. I have a full collection of new introductions this year. Some of the roses are not available anywhere else, so if you're looking for some exclusive, beautiful roses, you might find them on our new introduction page. And also something new this year that we sort of jumped into is hydrangeas. So we're offering plants in shady areas as well as your roses.
Oh, well, that's exciting. That's fun.
Well, as long as we're on the subject.
Yes, John.
I might as well get in a plug and mention that Heirloom Roses have...
I would say as soon as it is available on the website, for any reason, they can enter their email, be notified automatically
when it comes back. Great.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Stephanie. Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning. And again, for people looking and then also if you're looking for the video that they produced at Heirloom Roses, you can go to YouTube, but the link is on our Facebook feed. You can just click on it. It'll take you directly there. Thank you for joining us this weekend, Stephanie, and have a great rest of the weekend.
Thank
you. Not a topic he's really comfortable with, but thank you, John, for putting up with that.
When you're talking about roses, can you ever run out of things to say?
Or not smile?
Yeah. It just makes you happy thinking about
it. Now, what does the Kendall Marie rose look like?
It's a polyantha rose. Have, say, a flower that's about the size of a quarter, so between a nickel and a quarter, but rather than just one on a stem, you might have anywhere between 20 and 40 per stem.
Does she know that she has a rose named after her?
Yeah, I'm not sure she cares, but
at this
she's
point
waiting
in time,
for her to be on the matching game.
I'm surprised that we were talking about when you teach younger kids, at that age, there's things they never forget.
Yeah, their retention is very good.
And I have a collection of Japanese roses, and in that collection I have a few roses that were actually bred in England, but were named after Japanese subjects or people. And there's two of those roses that she learned when she was, I think, 4 years old. And one was Empress Michiko and Empress Chichibu. No, I'm sorry, Princess Michiko and Princess Chichibu. And she loved the names of those roses.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because they were fun for her to say, but whenever she comes over, she goes right to look at them, see if they're blooming.
I like the Arigato Musta rose. It's one of my favorites. It is 45 minutes after the hour. Break time here as we continue on this Saturday morning here. Garden America, Bryan, Maine, John Bagnasco, Tiger Palafox, 855-424-9825. I think I hear the music. It's really low. Yeah. Very low music. Anyway, break time. We're going to come back. Questions, comments on Facebook Live. Also, John at gardenamerica.com. Stay with us. Coming right back.
Battling bugs inside and out? Then it's time to get more from Bayer Advanced and Lowe's Home Improvement stores. Now you can buy Bayer Advanced Complete Brand Insect Killer for soil and turf and get a free bottle of Bayer Advanced Home Pest Plus Germ Killer, a $9 value. Complete on eliminating surface insects, including in 24 hours, and soil and Pest Plus Germ Killer handles the bugs inside your home. Lowe's and Bayer Advanced. Get more from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label instructions.
This is Joe Lample from Growing a Greener World. With the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite Organic Nitrogen Fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient active for 90 years. Milorganite for better results naturally. Visit milorganite.com. Garden
85 or younger. Would you like peace of mind and we're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the we can help. See plans just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-569-3414. That's 800-569-3414. Again, 800-569-3414.
Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the United Breast Cancer Foundation and save a life. They'll even come and pick it up for free. The United Breast Cancer Foundation has saved hundreds of women's lives through their free or low-cost breast screen exams. But now they need your help. The United Breast Cancer Foundation wants to save more lives through early detection by offering women free or low-cost breast screening exams. And donating your old car, SUV, or truck, whether it's running or not, helps pay for them. Plus, you get a charitable tax deduction. Help the United Breast Cancer Foundation save lives by donating your old car, SUV, or truck. Call now for free pickup. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. 800-245-0473. Call right now. That number again is 800-245-0473.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
Call 1-800-414-1958 for your free Life Alert brochure. That's 1-800-414-1958. 1-800-414-1958. Call for your free Life Alert brochure today at 1-800-414-1958.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-989-WAVE or go to greathealthywater.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-989-WAVE. 1-888-989-WAVE. GreatHealthyWater.com. That's GreatHealthyWater.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
Yes, indeed. We are well aware that a little bit of a buffering Wi-Fi problem this morning. Every now and then your Facebook feed may freeze up. Go ahead and refresh the page. Just refresh our page that you're watching this show on, and 9 times out of 10, that should take care of the problem. But do hang in there. John at gardenamerica.com. Questions, comments, also right there on Facebook. And, we got a telephone number you can still use, toll-free, and that's 855-424-9825, gentlemen, at 8 minutes away from the top of the hour.
And?
Yeah, this is sponsored. This silence is brought to us by our good friends at Bayer Advanced. The little blue bottle. So very important.
Soon to be
Bio Advanced?
Bio
Soon to be.
Bayer.
Is it Bio, John? Bio Advanced. They're going to the Bio name.
Something about Bio.
It's now SBM Life Science.
Well, that's the parent company, but
yeah,
they're going to be called
Bio Advanced.
Bio Advanced.
So for the product.
Anytime you hear little silence on the air here, it's always brought to you by Bayer.
Yeah.
That's our story.
And then I want to revisit the concept on the imidacloprid that, who was it that had asked about? Linda had asked about. And
her husband mixed some concentrate up and poured about a cup of it into a whiskey barrel that had herbs growing in it.
And she was wondering if she needed to take them all out and start over again, or if it's okay. And
during the break, we thought she should, to be totally safe, feed them only to her husband.
But, all joking aside, is that the imidacloprid is okay to eat in low doses, and by the time it comes up through the plant and, is actually in the plant itself, you're not drinking it directly out of the bottle. And then even the case with if you were to take it directly out of the bottle, it causes, vomiting and all the normal responses of something you would not want to drink.
But you're not advocating people drink it or eat it.
No, definitely not.
That's a disclaimer.
We're not even advocating they use it on edibles.
Right.
Exactly.
But it is a product that companies do produce for edible plants, and in farms they use it on their crops as well in small doses.
Yeah.
So, it's not like it's a poison to the degree of, something that you can't eat. It's just a matter of making sure it's in a small diluted form. And we were commenting on that a little bit too, because it's such a widespread pesticide that's used nowadays. I mean, almost all systemics have imidacloprid in it, and it's got a bad name to some degree. But it does work in others. We talked about this with the citrus problems, and we were talking about this with that spotted lanternfly when we were
last week's show. I think,
with Steve with Fertilome on. Sometimes these pesticides can actually help in certain situations where you have infestations and things. of that nature. And the reason why I wanted to touch on this with the Bayer and the Fertilome tree and shrub drench products is because going into summer is when trees get plagued by bugs, beetles, things like that.
Right about this time of the year.
And so if you haven't applied and you do use something like that on those trees or shrubs to protect them from bugs, this is the time of year that I kind of tell people to revisit that application rate, because this is when you want it fresh in those trees if you're trying to protect them from infestations. One tree.
I was going to just quickly mention Bayer has a tree and shrub insect control that lasts the entire season.
Well, yeah,
they just put it on one time.
Yeah, both the Bayer and the Fertilome, or not Fertilome, Fertilome products do say they last for 12 months inside the trees.
Yeah, I think those are great.
Yeah, and so a lot of people have problems because they have the biggest issue is when you have a tree that's substantial to your property, meaning like it's a showpiece in your property. Right. You don't want to ever lose it. No. You don't want to risk it.
It's because it's part of your house. It's part of what people are looking at.
Exactly. And, trees that are plagued by borers or trees that are, plagued by, infestations of different varieties of pests, you should protect them so you don't ever risk losing that tree, because to lose that tree, it number one, if it's near the house, you can cause damage to the house by it falling over, branch coming down, whatever it may be.
It's going to take away the whole look of what you're trying to establish.
But number two, you can spend another 60 years trying to replace it.
Right.
And so, they're very important to try to keep you. So this time of year, great to use. The trees absorb it quickly. It protects the tree and, keep that going. And then on that same idea as hedges, a lot of hedges are plagued by different things like psyllid or scale, that if you have a hedgerow and you want to protect your hedges from, because what can happen is that a hedge, and I've seen it happen a number of times, where you've got this beautiful hedge, it's 20 years old, and one in the middle dies because of some kind of bug or infestation, and you can't fill that hole. like you plant a new plant there and it takes 10 years for it to fill the hole again. Yeah. If you can protect your hedge by applying some of those products,
it's called hedging your bet.
Your bet.
That's what you're.
When you get to England, I think you'll be amazed at some of the hedges we see there.
Yeah.
Because
huge.
They've got, they use all kinds of things as hedges and windbreaks, and much more so than we do in the U.S. It's interesting to see. They also have things that we don't use over here, like ha-has. And
I know what a hee-hee is. What's a ha-ha?
Well, a ha-ha is a dip in the landscape that you don't see because it's below a hill, so you're kind of looking over the horizon. And they do a lot of espaliers for smaller areas for fruit trees and things like that, which we do here also, maybe not to the extent that they do in England, but they also do step-overs, which I don't know if I've ever seen those here in the U.S. And a step-over would be if you took an apple tree and espaliate it to maybe 12 to 18 inches tall, right across the middle of a pathway. So as you were walking through the path, you would have to step over it in order to keep on going.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Well, for space, to use all the space that you have.
Yeah, but I think aesthetically that would look terrible.
And then
well, actually, it looks kind of cool.
You'd have to train that apple daily to continue to.
Got a lot of time over there.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous. Like to try to train that constantly, right?
When we come back, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we got a break coming up. We've got news coming up, as a matter of fact.
Well, then maybe I'll save it for next hour.
And do want to remind those here in San Diego, the replay this afternoon of today's show on AM 740, that is up in Los Angeles, K-Bright Radio. Thank you so much as they carry the first hour. AM 1240 here in San Diego. It is break time. We've got news coming up on many of these stations. We're back at 6 minutes after. Stay with us, Facebookers. We appreciate it.
The
opinions you hear on Biz Talk Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of this station, Biz Talk Radio, its management, or advertisers. The information on Biz Talk Radio does not constitute a recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or service. If you have any questions about Biz Talk Radio, contact us at 817-274-1609 or at biztalkradio.com. Biz Talk Radio.
For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent. President Donald Trump is leaving the G7 summit early to head for his Tuesday summit with North Korea and Singapore. After meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron, Macron said he thought there was a way to get a win-win outcome on trade.
I think we had a very open and direct discussion this afternoon. We always had this kind of discussion. And I think on trade, there is a critical path, but there is a way to progress altogether.
President Trump charged into the Group of Seven summit at odds with key allies over U.S. tariffs, then set out to diffuse tension with friendly banter and offered vague claims of progress in trade talks. Crowds came out in Seoul, South Korea today for a rally supporting next week's summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Rally participants gathered to wish for a successful meeting that'll bring peace to the Korean peninsula. You're listening to USA Radio News.
For some reason, being unpatriotic has become a trend as a way to protest perceived injustices in our country. But true patriots understand that America stands for liberty and justice for all. Standing for the flag and our national anthem is a sign of respect for the liberties and freedoms fought for by millions who made the ultimate sacrifice for this great nation. If you stand for the flag and kneel before the cross, show your position through apparel and merchandise from the Patriot Depot. Patriot Depot has hats, shirts, mugs, books, and other articles that show our beliefs in the First and Second Amendments. Go to PatriotDepot.com now and enter code USA at checkout. Find novelties, bumper stickers, clothing, flags, books, and more. PatriotDepot.com merchandise allows true patriots to express their opinions. Check it out right now. PatriotDepot.com. PatriotDepot.com and enter code USA at checkout.
A viral video alleging police brutality has spurred an inquiry in Arizona. USA's Wendy King has more.
In Mesa, Arizona, an independent investigation is coming after police were shown on video beating a suspect and roughing up a teen. Police Chief Ramon Batista.
Let me be crystal clear. I'm angry and I'm deeply disappointed by what I saw in those videos. It's unacceptable and it needs to stop immediately.
For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
Although a woman made a credible claim of an unwanted sexual encounter against Missouri's recently resigned governor, Special Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker says Eric Reitens will not face felony charges.
Effectively, the clock has run out for any review for the invasion of privacy case.
The statute of limitations is 3 years. Crichtons was accused of taking a photo of the woman with whom he was having an extramarital affair without her consent and threatening to release it publicly if she disclosed the relationship. This is USA Radio News.
Do you know someone with a drug or alcohol problem? Get help right now. Insurance may cover everything. Stop the drug and alcohol nightmare. Are drug and alcohol problems hitting you too close to home? Get help right now. Insurance may cover everything.
866-490-3991. 866-490-3991. That's 866-490-3991.
Hawaii's Kilauea volcano is still erupting. Hawaii County Civil Defense Administrator Talmadge Magno says that help from FEMA is needed to house evacuees, with more than 400 people in shelters and more than 100 homes destroyed.
We're still at the 130, but anticipate a high number once the departments get their work done.
Justify is seeking to become horse racing's 13th Triple Crown winner and second in 4 years when he runs in the Belmont Stakes this evening. The Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner is the early 4-5 favorite for the 1.5-mile Belmont, the longest and most grueling of the 3-race series. If Justify beats 9 rivals in the 150th Belmont, Bob Baffert would become the second trainer to win the Triple Crown twice.
I want to win it for the horse. I want Justify to be up there with those great horses, and it's about that horse. Bob Baffert. It's about Justify.
Justify is 5-0 in a career that began with his first race in February. He didn't compete as a 2-year-old. Tayyip Soumani of Little Ferry, New Jersey, says he got a little scared when he saw the grocery store clerk react after checking his lottery ticket. It was a winner.
She keeps saying, oh my God, and it's like, when you see a Tom and Jerry cartoon, the heart go boom, 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 boom. I feel it.
Now he's $183 million richer. He's paid off his kids' college and has quit his job as an accountant. For USA Radio News, I'm Rick Vincent.
Attention! Are you moving soon and don't know who to turn to? If you are moving or planning to move long distance or across the country, Moving APT is offering up to a 20% discount for radio callers this month. Let us handle and remove all the pain and stress in a long distance move. Let Moving APT help you with your all-inclusive move, including packaging services, help with washers and dryers, mounted TVs, bed frames, and more. We can include packing and unpacking services or ask for boxes, tape, bubble wrap, or labels. We also disassemble and reassemble appliances and TVs at your new home. Moving is difficult and stressful, so call Moving APT today to find the most professional movers to support you. If you are looking for a low-cost quote to move long distance or across the country, call us now. Call 800-716-0362. 800-716-0362. Get a guaranteed quote with up to 20% off. 800-716-0362.
Welcome to the Garden America Show, the country's most listened to gardening program. This is your chance to join us as we talk about gardening, horticulture, landscaping, in fact, anything that has to do with the world of gardening. The phone lines are open right now at 1-855-424-9825. That's 1-855-424-9825 for your questions and comments. Or John@GardenAmerica.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, you can also post your questions and comments right there on our page during the broadcast. Now, here's Bryan Main, John Bagnasco, and Tiger Palafox on the Garden America Radio and Media Network.
It is hour number 2, Garden America, for your Saturday morning. And for our friends on the East Coast, we say good afternoon to you, 6 minutes after the hour. Thank you so much as we broadcast from the iHeart Media Studios in San Diego, California. And again, we do encourage you to download the iHeart Radio app so you can listen to our podcast. Also in the newsletter, John puts a link there that'll take you right to those podcasts. The last one we did was last week, and it was on last week's houseplants.
Houseplants.
Before that was seeds, but last week was houseplants. Should I put my Dracaena up on our Facebook page? Speaking
I
of
think people
houseplants?
would like to see it.
The one that gets absolutely no care or
The one
water
that's
anymore.
bending over
and
from
it
the ceiling.
Keeps growing. John, did you know, I meant to mention this last hour, on this date, back in 1961, Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Really?
On this date in 1961. So for those of you that know the story, there you go. And I know later on this hour, John's going to talk about hyaluronic acid. So those are two things that I wanted to mention.
Prior to the break.
Yeah. We were talking about apple trees.
Step over.
Well, we were talking about some English landscaping techniques. One was ha-has.
Yeah.
Yes.
And but then we were talking about step-overs, and I think that I may have given the wrong impression. They're not in the middle of the walkway, but they bordered the walkway.
I thought it was the middle myself as well.
Yeah, and if you are on Facebook, Tiger put in a link, or you can Google yourself, Google images, and see what those step-overs are like. But they're basically knee-high or below espaliered fruit trees.
Yeah.
Now, you saw pictures. Do you think it looks good?
It makes sense. It's imagine if you put a little border along your path, like a hedge, a small boxwood hedge or something. But I did mention it seems like a lot of work. I mean, a little boxwood hedge or myrtle hedge, you have to trim, you have to hedge it, continual growth. But after a while of hedging, it kind of stays that way. With apple trees or anything of that nature, they're always going to want to send out these branches, and you're going to have to just keep continuously training it, and there's a lot of cutting back on a yearly basis to keep it that way.
Especially if it's not an extra dwarf tree. Some of those dwarf apples that stay small, you might be able to do it, but if it's a regular one, I can imagine all the
Do you have a favorite hedge? I mean, yeah.
Like, in general, I do really like a large head, like a photinia, just because it has a uniqueness to it where it has the red foliage at the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yes.
I think my favorite would be a hedge fund. What about you, John?
Oh, gosh.
Like Benson and Hedges.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I remember.
Thanks.
I wanted to comment a little bit. Tiger had mentioned that he thought that those step-overs were a lot of work.
Right.
But in Europe, they take their gardening a lot more seriously than we do here in the U.S. And I remember the first time we went to England, and one of the people in our travel group asked the caretaker at this estate, how do you get your lawn to look like this? And the caretaker said, oh, there's nothing to it. You rolls it and you mows it.
You rolls it, then you mows it.
And you rolls it and you mows it. And after you've done that for 100 years, it looks just like this.
Well, I was going to say the other thing, and for the East Coast people, it would be fine. For us West Coast people, it's a little bit different, where they truly have a defined off season. And at that point in time, things stop growing. So, if you have this step over of apple, it goes completely dormant, and it goes completely dormant for about 3 months, maybe 4 months. It stops growing. It doesn't do anything. In Southern California or California, Arizona, the western states, you have an apple tree. It stops growing for about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, it's growing. So you have to keep trimming.
Well, especially some of those varieties like Anna, which has up to 3 crops in 1 year. You'll have fruit and flowers and everything all at the same time.
All the time. So.
Carolyn put a comment on Facebook, and I'm glad that we gave the explanation on the step-overs, because she said, thank you so much for that reminder, Bryan, talking about refreshing the page. Okay. But then she says, it's also good to know that step-overs aren't meant to trip unobservant pedestrians.
Yeah, then it'd be called trip-overs.
She goes, I was thinking unkind thoughts about Brits.
That's good. I like that. You can be very entertaining on Facebook Live on our page. Absolutely. Do we have any questions? How about Gmail, John? Anything going on there?
Gmail?
Yeah, your Gmail account. Not Gmail, your Garden America email. I'm sorry.
No, not a single.
Nobody has any questions for John Bagnasco.
No, the only ones I got on there were from Stephanie, who we had just talked to at Heirloom Roses, and she has already made the note to their shipping person to send because she served rose to the auction.
Yeah. That's very cool.
So because she served, that's kind of a hard name, isn't it?
Because she served.
Because she served. There was another rose that came out this year called Rosie the Riveter. So maybe that's a theme for roses this year.
Rosie the Riveter, what, hard to pronounce roses?
No, women that have served.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
In the armed forces.
Can you say the sixth sheep is sick?
I used to be able to do the Theophilus thistle. The thistle sifter, while sifting thousands of thistles, thrice thrust through the thick of his thumb 3 thistles.
I could probably do it if I could remember what you said, but I don't recall that.
To me, the toy boat one was always the hardest.
Toy boat.
Yeah. Toy boat is easy to say.
How about this one?
Toy boat is not.
How about Black Bug's Blood? There's another one for you. Anyway, we're getting off track, John. Yes, so that's going to be available at the auction coming up in October. Now, usually when we do these auctions the past several years, there's probably about maybe 35, 40 people in the room, maybe on the average, would you say? Because I'm trying to get an idea now. This is going to be
convention,
right?
Since it's the national convention for the American Rose Society, you have 350 to 400 people coming in from around the country.
Wow!
So I would imagine at least half of them will be in the auction. So you're probably looking at 200 plus.
Okay, I'll be on my game. I'll bring my A game.
Yeah, we need to film this because this will be you at your finest.
Don't put more pressure on him.
No, I film it
because you know what, he's going to show up like the way he's dressed today.
It's terrible. Everything's going to clash.
Everything, he dressed in the dark. And
yeah, I did.
It was looking good at the time.
At the
he
time
really liked
did.
the hat.
Yeah, I don't know what colors
he was trying to go with the hat, and then it just fell apart from there.
We got turquoise teal going on here and brown khaki. Nothing makes sense.
No, I think Tiger's description was perfect. You got dressed in the dark.
Yeah.
It is 14 minutes after the hour. Questions, comments. Again, John at gardenamerica.com. our Facebook page or call us at 855-424-9825 BizTalk Radio.
You know, when I went back to Michigan a couple weeks ago, I brought some tomatoes to my brother-in-law, my brother, and my niece.
Is Dave going to be able to grow these now?
Well, he's got them in containers, but we just got a note from his wife, Gabe, that they were up in northern Michigan, and I know the tomatoes are back down in southern Michigan, so I'm not sure who's minding the store while they're gone. But we did set up a little bit of a contest between the three of them to see whose tomatoes would be the first to produce a tomato.
Are they going to all keep them in pots?
No, I think my niece and my brother-in-law have them in the ground.
Okay.
But I talked to my sister last week, and she said that my niece was already panicking that her tomatoes were not doing well. So I don't know.
Not doing well means so many different things.
Right. Well, right now it looks like it's going to be between Dave and Paul to see who gets a tomato first.
Oh, and by the way, you asked about my dwarf tomato last week. There's a lot of green tomatoes on there.
Really? That's the super dwarfs.
Yep. And I had to put a cage around it. I'll take a picture and show you.
I need to take pictures of mine, too, because my tomatoes, especially I think the tomatoes I liked the least were the orange icicle. And I did plant a tomato 2 years ago that was one of the double grafts. It had black icicle and orange icicle on the same plant. And those are the tomatoes that are just loaded right now.
Interesting.
So, and they're all left over from last year. But I got to send you a picture because I don't think you'll believe how big they are.
It is break time once again. We are awaiting your questions, comments on Facebook Live or any other source that we offer you. One good example would be John at GardenAmerica.com. 855-424-9825, broadcasting from the iHeartMedia studios in San Diego, California. Thank you so much for being right there. Tiger Palafox, I'm Bryan Main. John Bagnasco, we're going to step aside, take a break, coming right back.
Battling bugs inside and out? Then it's time to get more from Bayer Advanced and Lowe's Home Improvement stores. Now you can buy Bayer Advanced Complete Brand Insect Killer for soil and turf and get a free bottle of Bayer Advanced Home Pest Plus Germ Killer, a $9 value. Complete works outside on your lawn, eliminating surface insects, including mosquitoes, in 24 hours and soil insects for up to 3 months, while Home Pest Plus Germ Killer handles the bugs inside your home. Lowe's and Bayer Advanced. Get more from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label instructions.
Hi, this is gardening expert Melinda Myers. Keeping the environment in mind, I recommend Milorganite slow-release nitrogen fertilizer for all your growing needs. From plants to people, active growth requires energy, nutrients, and a balanced diet. Nutrient-rich Milorganite feeds the soil and plants for up to 10 weeks. The non-burning, non-leaching formula provides a slow and consistent flow of nutrients. Trust the fertilizer, proven effective for over 90 years. Milorganite for better results. Visit Milorganite.com for a garden center near you.
Reason number 12 why you should own a ThermoSpa's hot tub? They require no attachment to your home's plumbing. Thanks to the ThermoSpa's unique built-in thermofiltration system that filters the water an incredible 144 times a day, you simply fill it with a garden hose and your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance. Call to receive a free DVD and brochure and find out how you can own a ThermoSpa's hot tub for only a few dollars a day. Right now, they're offering 0% APR financing with approved credit and a $1,000 savings coupon, including free delivery, free chemicals, and a cash discount. And with models starting at $4,995, there will never be a better time to own a ThermoSpa's hot tub. So call now and ask about this limited time offer. Call ThermoSpa's today at 800-956-7183 for your free DVD and brochure. That's 800-956-7183. ThermoSpa's, hot tubs designed to improve your life. Call 800-956-7183 today to take advantage of 0% APR financing.
Do you have an old car sitting in your driveway? How would you like to learn a hassle-free way to get rid of it, help kids in need, and get a great tax donation in the process? It's real easy. One simple free call to our car donation hotline is all it takes. Call the Neshama Foundation at 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. We'll come pick your car up for free and give you a tax donation for the full value of the car, running or not. The value of your unwanted car will go to help kids in need. It's fast and easy. Just call us and your car will be gone and on its way to helping children in 48 hours. And you get a nice tax deduction. Call the Nishama Foundation now to get rid of your car, help kids, and get a tax write-off. Call 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723, 800-721-6723. That's 800-721-6723.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. 800-217-5107. That's 800-217-5107.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at GardenAmerica.com.
It is Garden America. We thank you so much for being right there as we continue on your Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, depending upon where you are. Open for business, open for questions at 855-424-9825. Right there on Facebook Live. Also, John at GardenAmerica.com.
So, do you want to mention something?
Well, I was just going to mention that during the break, you and I were talking about going to England, and that the 2 weeks that we're going to be gone, we obviously won't be doing a radio show. But
however,
we're planning on doing Facebook Live so that you can see what we've done and
see where you are and what's going on.
Yeah,
and if you planned it at about 4 o'clock Pacific time, that would give it 8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
8 a.m. here
on the West Coast, and then you add 3 hours on the East Coast, so it works out.
But while we were talking about that, I mentioned to Tiger about maybe going to Kew Gardens, which I still have not been to.
Is that where James Bond's guy made all of his stuff?
Oh, that was good. Q. That was very good, Tiger.
John didn't.
John doesn't know how to respond to that.
No, I don't, because I was on track here. We were talking about the world's oldest potted plant.
You said
possibly being a Q. No, it was an Encephalitis altensteinii, which is a cycad that was brought from South Africa to the UK, and it was planted in 1775. And it's still there at Kew Gardens.
It's still there.
1775.
In the same, that's Declaration of Independence time.
Wow.
1776. Okay, so the same pot, same everything, or what? Who knows?
I don't know if it's the same pot. I'm looking at the pot, and I'm sure the pot is new because it doesn't look like something that was built in 1775. It's a pretty large plant for being that old.
Are they supposed to live that long?
Not sure what kind of fertilizer they use. I think they put some HB101 on it.
That's what it is.
I think it's interesting. I'm on the Kew Gardens website right now, and their picture that you open up to is a bunch of poppies, and it's California poppies. In England, do they call them California poppies?
That's something that might surprise you when you get to England, is how many California natives are popular landscape plants.
But
like Ceanothus is everywhere, California lilacs.
But was it native there also?
No.
So they brought it over there?
Right.
And like this poppy,
California poppies.
They brought them from
California
over there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, the weather's a little different between here and...
A little.
Yeah, sarcastically.
Well, that's similar to Northern California, though.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, Well, many of the great plant hunters came from England.
Yeah, so they brought it all back there.
And they've brought, just like the plant we were talking about here at Kew, came from South Africa. In 1775, they had what was his name now? Nathan Ward built the first case for transporting plants on ships. And they were like enclosed terrariums. They're called Wardian cases.
To keep them alive for how many months it took to get there.
Right, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was very difficult to keep plants alive for long periods of time while they were on ship. Remember the
Maine?
Captain Bligh with the breadfruit.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about there was two Mutiny on the Bounty.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, the Bounty was. That whole story was moving breadfruit from wherever they were to Jamaica, I think, something like that. But they had to dig up the trees and put them in pots and move them and water them, and it's not an easy thing.
Well, it amuses Tiger.
It does. Well, I wanted to introduce a topic that was hot this week for us, literally hot this week. And
the nursery, right?
Yeah, and it's something that I want to introduce because I don't think John and Bryan know too much about. You guys don't know. Definitely Bryan knows nothing about. But I've been
That's
out
a big assumption. Go ahead.
I've been out on a few call-outs this week because our weather has changed, and this is happening for everyone across the board right now. We're transitioning into summer, and sometimes that takes place within a two-day period. Sometimes that takes place over a month. But a real popular device that was introduced to our gardening community for years now has been weather-based irrigation controllers. And basically these are irrigation watering systems controllers that take the weather into factor as how much it should or should not be watering. So it kind of increases when temperatures get hot, and it decreases when temperatures get cold. Along with this controller, though, it all depends on how it's set up. Because if you put this sensor in a shaded area, it's going to always read cooler than what it actually is.
It's not going to reflect the true weather.
Or if it got wet, it's going to dry out over a longer period of time than if it was in the sun.
Thinking it's raining.
Yeah. And it's a big problem right now as we transition because sometimes these controllers don't catch up to the weather.
Okay.
And so I've been gone out to a few properties this week where their irrigation system is dropped down. The plants aren't getting enough water. Lawns show it real quickly. Some new plants and shrubs also will start to show wilting real quickly. But they're like, oh, no, we haven't changed our watering, or anything like that. It's like, well, no, the weather sensor changed it for you because it was misty and cool in the morning. That's when it took the reading to make sure that it adapted the watering system, and then it didn't realize that it got 90 in the afternoon.
Well, then doesn't that defeat the purpose of, I mean, it's supposed to sense changes.
Right.
And so what it does is you're saying it sets itself up in the morning, okay, this is how it's going to be the whole day, and it's not. And
that's a big problem with these controllers. So people need to know that if you have an irrigation controller, and Hunter provides one called Solar Sync, Rainbird has one called Click. There's a ton at the box stores that connect to your smartphones nowadays and stuff like that, that during this time of year where there's these big transitions from cool to hot is when the time you have to watch it. It eventually catches up. It eventually will, it takes a few weeks and it'll catch up and start to realize it's hot and it'll adapt. But right now it's a tough time.
It's a long time. It takes a couple of weeks to adapt. I would say it should be like within 30 minutes, it should know what's going on out there. John needs that kind of an app on his phone where he can monitor the watering.
John does not need that app on his phone. He would never be able to use it.
And actually start his watering on his phone.
That's what the Amazon Alexa's for.
Yeah, exactly. Alexa, please water the backyard.
Wouldn't you like that for your patio? Alexa, water the patio.
I would love that. That's good stuff.
I do agree with Bryan that it should happen within 30 minutes. They should be able to.
Otherwise, you're defeating the whole purpose, and it's actually, you could do a better job yourself. Watering yourself.
They're working on artificial intelligence, and to have an app like that or a system that takes so long to adapt is like artificial ignorance or something.
Absolutely.
Like that.
I mean, to say that because it's misty and wet in the morning, this is how it's going to be all day. If somebody didn't think that through.
Well,
the sensor could be better, maybe more sensitive.
Well, it can, but like I said, it also has to do with the setup. So if you don't set it up properly, or if you don't put the sensor in a proper location...
Operator error.
Exactly.
Can't you set it to sense later in the day rather than in the morning?
It takes settings throughout the day.
Oh, okay.
But it then resets when it gets wet.
Hey, when we come back, I've got an idea that I want to float to our audience.
Hey, that's great, John, with a radio tease. When we come back, John is going to float an idea to you, our radio audience, on Garden America.
Want a better looking lawn with less effort? Husqvarna's robotic auto is the effortless way to mow. Husqvarna's intelligent design allows the automower to maneuver around your lawn without supervision, even over tricky terrain and around obstacles. It knows when it needs to be charged and directs itself back to the charging dock. With convenient control options, the Husqvarna allows you to set it and forget it, even from your smartphone. Thanks to Husqvarna, you can have a great looking lawn and more time to enjoy it this season. Visit Mission Hills Nursery at 1525 Fort Stockton Drive in San Diego, or go to missionhillsnursery.com for more info.
What's the matter, honey? Can't sleep?
Ugh, it's this heartburn. At night, it's the worst.
Heartburn? Again?
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm going to kick acid with Rolaids.
Rolaids Advanced goes to work instantly for powerful relief of your worst heartburn, bloating, and gas.
Feeling better?
Much better.
That was fast.
Mm-hmm.
Kick acid and gas with Rolaids Advanced.
There's more than one way to invest in your education. Investing in the right products, securities, and real estate generates secure and sound futures. What about an investment that retains its value? Consider college real estate. College real estate can provide housing for students and generate returns for their families. Through this special offer from Austin iLabs, you can download the free workbook from collegerealestate.com to see if this investment is right for you. Go to collegerealestate.com/radio.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle for you printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-557-6095 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-557-6095 for your free author submission kit. Again, call 800-557-6095.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-316-5271. That's 1-800-316-5271. 1-800-316-5271. Call now.
There's no question you need omega-3s. But which form should you take? Fish oil or krill oil? Scientists have debated this for years. Luckily, there's a new solution to satisfy everyone. It's called Krill Omega 50 Plus. It combines ultra-pure fish oil and joint-soothing krill oil together in just one tiny pill. It's so powerful, it can promote the health of your heart and your arteries. And if that wasn't enough, it can also boost your joint comfort in just days. We're so sure Krill Omega 50 Plus will work for you. We'll even send you a free bottle to put to the test. The debate is over. It's not fish oil or krill oil. It's both. And now it's free. Just pay $4.95 for shipping and claim your free bottle. Call now.
800-834-4690. 800-834-4690. That's 800-834-4690.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait.
Call 800-605-5370. 800-605-5370. Call 800-605-5370.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America radio show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or John at gardenamerica.com.
All right, 35 minutes after the hour, back here on Garden America. We do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching us on Facebook. Your questions, your comments, still got the phone lines open, 855-424-9825. John at gardenamerica.com, and, of course, right there on Facebook. So John gave us a tease prior to the break. Fill us in, give us the story so we can incorporate our listeners and viewers into what we're going to be doing, John.
Well, excuse me. One of our listeners, Bob, in Northern California, had a rhododendron come up from seed in his backyard. And he sent us a picture, and I think, Tiger, did you post that on Facebook?
It's there.
And what Bob was wondering is, he sent it to us, thinking that, of course, we know everything there is to know.
We don't.
And we don't. He wanted us to possibly come up with a name for this rhododendron, name the variety.
He didn't plan it. It just came up.
Just
it was
came
a volunteer.
Up from seed, right. And he lives close to the ocean up in Fortuna, California.
Okay.
And what we thought, in order to help Bob name that rhododendron, is Tiger's going to offer a prize for anyone who comes up with a name.
The winning name.
The winning name that Bob has to agree to. So
okay.
Bob's going to be the final judge. He'll pick the name. And if he does pick a name that someone sends in, what are they going to get, Tiger?
Tell them what they're going to win, Tiger.
For those of our longtime listeners, they'll know the DeWitt trowel that we love to promote here on the radio program is a wonderful steel hand trowel, but it has a better attribute of it that is less known, and it's a bottle opener.
It's also a bottle opener.
The trowel. That's a fun trowel to have.
But it's a very well-made trowel, we should mention.
That is true.
Yeah.
And we're going to give them a bottle of HB 101.
HB 101 and a special trowel. If you
Can't
come
go
up
wrong
with the winning name that Bob agrees to.
Now, we'll probably run this for a couple of weeks because I'll put the contest in the newsletter next week. But you can start getting your names in now. And
now, how are they to get their names in?
What they'll do is they'll just go right onto our Facebook page. I'll put the picture and the post pinned to the top of that page so they'll be able to see it. And in the comments section, they give their suggestion. And then from that information, we'll see who did the suggestion and we'll be able to go back to them.
Okay, now you put it on our page. You didn't put it on the conversation page.
I'm going to load it onto the conversation page as well, but it'll be on our Facebook page.
Okay, so then give us your ideas on what to name it, and we'll do it for a couple of weeks, and then Bob will pick the one he likes, and then you're going to win that great trowel and HB 101.
And if you can't figure out how to do that, because I have no idea what Tiger just said, I'm sure there's a few other people out there like me, you can just send me a note to John at gardenamerica.com.
Okay.
And I'll just pass that information on to Tiger.
We'll keep track of everything. So that's something fun we can do for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What else? What else did we talk about during the break?
We were talking about your judgment on watering, on how modern irrigation controllers should be better.
They should be better, absolutely.
And then the thing I want to say, too, is that...
Doesn't that surprise you a little bit?
Yes and no, because like I said, a lot of it has to do with user error. So it's people not putting the sensor correctly, or it's people putting in wrong regions for their controller.
So you can probably, I assume, adjust the sensitivity on there.
Yeah.
And people are just not, it's the same thing with cars now. With all the modern technology, you can adjust everything on a car. Sensitivity, if you have your auto lights on that stay on all the time, but you don't want them to go off every time you go under a bridge, you can adjust the sensor for that. And I think a lot of people are ignorant in terms of what some of this technology is capable of doing.
Yeah, and I think that the other issue that people have is when it comes to the style of watering. NetFM is a real popular irrigation system now, and that's just basically where you have tubes that drip water out slowly. And they've been accustomed to watering their system for, pop-up sprayers, which are basic lawn sprinklers, for 5-6 minutes and getting adequate water. NetFM needs to run for a minimum of 45 minutes to an hour to get the same volume of water in the area.
But it's because it's really slow.
It's really slow, and it's only dripping out, a drip at a time. And so people need to recognize that and know, I can't just run the system for 5 minutes. I need to run it for 45 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, to really soak it. Because they go out and they see the top layer of soil wet. Well, that doesn't mean it's wet a half an inch down,
right.
2
and
inches down.
If you stop watering, it's not going to keep going down into the soil.
Exactly. So, right now, good time of year, go out, check your irrigation system, make adjustments before you run into problems.
And learn about it. It does. I'm sure it comes with an instruction guide. Read it.
You've worked with NetFM before?
Yes.
And you know how to install it?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm
Is this
moving.
a trip to John's house?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm moving, so I don't need it now, but I have my whole irrigation system set up to use NetFM, but I don't know how to install it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a good thing you know somebody.
Like I've got the valves set up to go to pipes which are all over the property.
Right.
But I don't know how to connect the NetFM to it.
Yeah, and for instance, like with NetFM, you need a pressure regulator on the valve. So because that helps keep the pressure consistent through the NetFM line. Where coming out of a valve, you can have 80 psi coming out of your house. But for NetFM, you need to bring it down to 20 psi to make sure it comes through those little drippers.
Does it depend on how long the NetFM is?
Yeah, like standard irrigation, the farther you get away, the lower pressure you get. You need it down. But so
Can
there's
you make
a max.
those as long as you want?
In theory, yes. Again, you have to, if you're only allowing 20 psi to come out right away, though, you need to make sure you don't go over 1,000 feet. If you go over 1,000 feet, you might have to jump up to 40 psi to get that same reach for the NetFM system. It's key though for that pressure, because that pressure is where those little drippers are efficient. If you overpressurize the system, those drippers are going to either break down over time or not be what you're hoping, or they get clogged up real easy. So people don't always realize that you need to put that pressure regulator filter on the system, because those little holes that are allowing water to come out, they get clogged up real easy. And if it's clogged, it's not getting any water out, which is a big problem.
Ask your doctor if NetFM is right for you.
And if he says no, get another opinion.
Exactly.
Hey, Kathy was wondering about we were just speaking about rhododendrons and possibly coming up with a name for the one that Bob had come up in his yard from seed. And she was wondering about the lifespan of rhododendrons, because she has some that are a little bit older than 50 years.
Yeah, I think 51 years is about the...
No.
Oh.
When we were in Scotland, we saw rhododendrons that were well over 100 years old. So I don't think you have to worry about replacing those, Kathy.
It's going to keep on living.
I don't think I've ever seen rhododendrons as nice as the ones that I saw in Scotland. They were huge. Some were, I'm guessing, close to 20 feet tall.
They love the weather. The weather's perfect.
Yeah, the weather was perfect for them. I'm thinking that, next year we're working on a tour to Alaska.
Alaska, yes.
An Alaskan cruise that'll have a pre-tour that starts in Victoria. and we're going to Butchart Gardens, and I'm thinking, I've never been to Butchart Gardens, but I'm thinking that's also got to be perfect rhododendron.
Yes. Just based on the climate and the weather.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course, we'll be going in the summer, so it'll probably be too late to see rhododendrons blooming.
But yeah, you can start considering that right now, that trip Alaska cruise in 2019. And I have been on a cruise to Alaska before. It is unique and something that you're not going to want to miss. So put that in the back of your mind or someplace else.
You went a while back, though.
Yeah.
So they've changed some things. You're not allowed to harpoon your own whales anymore.
Well, I think it depends on where you are. I think there are some fjords that allow that.
Well, we won't be going to any of those. Hey, also Dale on Facebook mentioned that his world's smallest tomatoes were blooming. And I'm not sure which one he's talking about, but the world's smallest tomato plant is one called Microtom.
Maybe he's being sarcastic, like telling us that they're not doing very well, or what?
Well, I don't know, because there is one called Microtom that doesn't get any bigger than about 6 inches and sets fruit at 6 inches tall. It's
a bonsai is what
the whole
that is.
thing is about the size of a softball, not much bigger than that.
It's a bonsai tomato plant, John.
Now, it is one that has been genetically modified. It's bioengineered.
Somebody messed with it. Somebody put a lab coat on, and all of a sudden they're an expert.
Well, I don't know about that. But
Okay, it is break time. 45 minutes after the hour, one more segment. Can you hang with us? We'd love to have you right here with us as we continue right toward the top of the hour. It is Saturday. Happy weekend. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco. I'm Bryan Main. John at GardenAmerica.com. Still time for some questions. Also right there on Facebook Live or 855-424-9825. As we step aside again, last break and one more segment.
Having bug problems this season? Need an overall solution? Try Natural Guard Spinosad Soap. This combination of spinosad and fatty acids kills aphids, mealybugs, worms, caterpillars, and other bugs that plague your garden. It's also safe to use around your fruit and veggies to make sure you enjoy your crop and not those pesky critters. Find Natural Guard Spinosad Soap in a ready-to-use bottle or ready to spray for those large garden plots at your favorite independent garden center. Go to Fertilome.com for more information.
Battling bugs inside and out? Then it's time to get more from Bayer Advanced and Lowe's Home Improvement stores. Now you can buy Bayer Advanced Complete Brand Insect Killer for soil and turf and get a free bottle of Bayer Advanced Home Pest Plus Germ Killer, a $9 value. Complete works outside on your lawn, eliminating surface insects, including mosquitoes, in 24 hours and soil insects for up to 3 months. While Home Pest Plus Germ Killer handles the bugs inside your home. Lowe's and Bayer Advanced. Get more from the blue bottle. Always read and follow label instructions.
National Funding Group has just released $100 million in easy access small business funding to businesses that gross at least $100,000 a year. You can have fast access up to $500,000 in new business capital in as little as 48 hours. Think about the ways you could grow your business if you had up to $500,000 cash infusion. Call an NFG funding expert now. The process is easy. It only takes about 5 minutes. Then our management-owned lending team looks at your application for a fast approval. You can get 100% funded in about 2 days. If you need up to $500,000 in working capital to run your business and you gross at least $100,000 a year, call NFG and apply today. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. 800-296-1564. That's 800-296-1564.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive active patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-607-8945. That's 1-800-607-8945. Again, 1-800-607-8945.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. 800-915-9658. That's 800-915-9658.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-670-2142. 800-670-2142. That's 800-670-2142.
Biz Talk Radio.
Welcome back to the Garden America Radio Show with Bryan, John, and Tiger. The phone lines are open right now at 855-424-9825. That's 855-424-9825. Or john@gardenamerica.com.
Okay, final segment, but a lot to get to. Questions, comments, so let's get rolling, Tiger. Go ahead.
So first we address a listener by the name of Sue, wrote on Facebook, looking for a screening vine, non-fragrant, and a privacy screen, and quick growing. So if you want something with flowers, and again, Sue, don't know where you're located, but I always like the trumpet vine. There's a red trumpet vine, and there's a purple trumpet vine. Distinctus is one of the names that it goes by, and then I think there's another name, Bignonia.
Yeah, Bignonia was the old name, and
right
now it's recently been classified as Distinctus.
Distinctus.
Yeah.
So that's my suggestion for a quacky growing vine.
Yeah. If you want a recommendation from a quack, you just got one. Also, if she wants a non-flowering vine, you can use a lot of any type of ivy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's smaller ivies, larger ivies like Algerian ivy. Variegated ivies, creeping fig.
Yeah, and all those are dense growing vines, so it's going to provide you the privacy, and they're quick to grow.
Right.
If you give us more information, Sue, on Facebook, we can get you a better defined
We can
suggestion.
narrow it down based on where you live.
And then we also have a listener by the name of Heidi who said, I have an ambitious plan to grow various varieties of pumpkins. I am going to start my seeds this weekend. Is it too early? I'm in Santa Maria, California.
On the contrary.
Ooh, Heidi, you are almost too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely get them in this weekend. Start growing them. I mean, we're assuming you want these for October, so that's why we're saying, you want to get them in now.
Well, she did say, is it too early? So, yeah,
Right.
That's the assumption. Do it now.
Yeah.
She could have done it probably even in April, right? May?
probably a little bit too cool for Santa Maria.
Santa Maria.
Because pumpkins do like warm weather.
So, well, because of the heat there, then maybe it's perfect time to put them in because the heat will probably accelerate the growth, maybe?
Yeah. You can, once they come up, use things like HB 101
Oh, yeah.
to get them to grow a little bit quicker. But there's a lot of, it sounds to me like maybe she wants some unusual varieties of pumpkins like the Rouge Vaf de Temps.
Say that again?
Rouge Vaf de Temps, which is the Cinderella pumpkin.
Red?
That's kind of orangey.
Orangey red, that's
orangey
right.
red, but it looks like Cinderella's coach. It's called the Cinderella pumpkin.
Right.
And then there's the Galou de Cygne. My French is not...
Wow. Galou de Cygne?
Galou de Cygne, which is not really... My French is not good, but that's the... Is there a common name for it? The peanut pumpkin? It's like a pumpkin that you've glued styrofoam peanuts all over.
Oh, it's got all those yes.
warts?
Yeah.
Like the warts on it all over. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's that. There's the Lady Godiva pumpkin.
Right, which is absolutely stripped bare naked, right?
No, but the seeds are naked. So there's no hull to the seed. So you can just eat the seeds whole.
Without cracking them open?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
Wow.
So, and then, of course, there's Atlantic Giant if you want to try to grow the
That's
really
the thing.
big ones.
The giant pumpkins, they did need to be planted.
They need a long time.
In like Bryan had mentioned, May,
Right.
kind of a thing. If you're trying to grow a giant pumpkin, because they need a long time, even if it was cooler, you definitely wanted to start at that point in time.
Get them in the ground.
Because it could still grow for Santa Maria all the way through, but they would be more November when it would actually be up to its maximum size. So, yes, Heidi, get those pumpkins growing now. Get them started. Post pictures later on as you develop. We'd love to see them, Heidi.
We always encourage people. Send us pictures. Email us, john@gardenamerica.com. Whatever you've got growing or plan to grow or whatever's happening.
And then Sue did answer us back that she's in Allied Gardens that's here in San Diego County. So, Sue, again, back to our suggestions. And Lenore had a great suggestion of a fruiting passion vine. Passiflora edulis is a very fast-growing and dense vine. Almost too fast, though. So be careful on that one because it'll take over an area real quick. And the other thing is that
it will provide fruit.
And bugs.
But you have to be prepared to have caterpillars.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what, though? That vine grows so well, though, that even when caterpillars attack it, it's almost like you don't even notice it because it's growing so quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike the Asclepias right now that are being attacked by monarchs and it's down to sticks, even though that grows quickly, they devour that plant.
But you have to have caterpillars to enjoy butterflies.
That's true. By the way, Heidi's on it. She's going to plant. She's going to get those seeds going. Way to go, Heidi. We want to see the progress as well. And John says you need caterpillars for butterflies.
Absolutely.
That's your takeaway from today's show.
No way.
Really, John? Do you?
Yeah.
That whole thing when I was a kid, the whole cocoon thing, that whole metamorphosis was really interesting.
There's an area at Tasia's school right now that they have closed off because it's a butterfly garden, and they're all starting to form their chrysalis.
God, that's
cool.
cool.
So all around this area on campus, they have just these chrysalises hanging all over the place, and the kids were freaking out. Obviously, it's exciting and fun to watch, but they had to rope it off so that way they would protect them from the kids.
Leave them alone.
Going in there and everything. And like you said, the kids just it is a miracle of life when it's a visual because you get to see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty neat.
Just like seeds are miracles. When you put something in the ground and it comes up. By the way, finish harvest. All the lettuce,
really?
The cilantro, everything, ate it all up.
Oh, and you know what I wanted to mention? We sold 2 veggie pods at the nursery this weekend.
Oh, really?
Did you really? Nicely done. Well, you got whoever that is. They're going to, if they do it right.
Yeah.
You almost can't go wrong.
Well, you're ready for another crop then, right?
Yes, I am.
You're going to do.
What should I do?
Did you do lettuce?
Oh yeah, lettuce, spinach, cilantro, carrots. Those purple carrots that kind of came up. I didn't have much luck with carrots, I have to admit.
This is your second time you haven't had much luck with carrots.
He doesn't do well with carrots.
No, I don't.
You're not patient enough.
No, you know what it is? I think I've got too many seeds and too many plants too close together. I think we need a little more room. So that's the third time around now. I'm going to go out of my way to make sure when I dig the trough, maybe not put as many seeds in and give them more space.
I wonder if you should put in a few bush beans.
Sure.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because they only get to be, let's see, what?
2 feet?
Yeah, about 2
18
feet
inches.
tall.
That would be the biggest thing in the veggie pod.
Yeah. But you've got plenty of room for them.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you have fresh beans.
I'm doing it.
Beans and potatoes.
Oh, boy.
Like one of the best meals you can have.
Thank you so much for joining us, Facebook viewers, those listening to us via streaming or your local radio station. Thank you so much. That is going to do it for this week's show. Don't forget to listen to our podcasts. John's got that link in the newsletter. Also, download the iHeartRadio app for that. For the entire crew, I want to thank you so much. Tiger Palafox, John Bagnasco, I'm Bryan Main, and the crew at Biz Talk Radio. Till next week, get growing America. Take care. Be safe. So long.